Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with All About the Mouse, and this month the theme is Star Wars, so we are scrapbooking something Star Wars related, Disney themed Star Wars. So I am going to start my layout here by creating my background, and so I have a piece of white cardstock here, and I've just taken some of my Crackling Fire Distress Oxide ink and one of the daubers, and I just added circles to my background, and then I took the Crackling Campfire Distress Oxide mist and I just did some splatters on the background. And then because it's oxide ink, I did take and do just a little bit of sprinkling of water just to get that oxidized sort of finish to come up on some of those circles. Now, I didn't gesso that paper or anything, so I didn't want to add a whole lot of wet medium to it, but I just wanted to add something to my background. And so I set that now off to the side to dry, and I am now coming in with several different shimmers. There's Inklings and Creamies, and I held them up very, very quickly to the camera. So if you didn't catch the names and you need to know or would like to know what colors I'm using, just leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to let you know. But basically what I'm doing is I have this cut file and it is on my Silhouette cutting mat right now. So I kind of showed you how they'll pop out once I finish my mixed media here, but it's a whole bunch of gears that I have cut with my Silhouette, and I'm just taking all these different blue colors and I'm just coloring the gears. And I know this looks like a complete and total mess and you're like, oh my goodness, what is that gonna be? But I am looking for it to be really messy, and I'm just looking to try to get a sampling of all the colors on each of the gears. And it does not have to be perfect because, again, these are cut files, so they're going to come off the mat, and you're just going to get sort of however the color kind of got slapped on that gear. It's going to kind of dry with a variegated sort of color. So I am just taking each of these colors and I'm just going to add them onto my gears, and then once they dry, you'll see them here as we put the layout together once they've all dried. And because I'm doing it on the mat, it keeps them from getting super warped because I do add a little bit of water, or probably more water than I normally would. I did want to add a bit of a darker color, so I have this darker blue that I am just going to do some splatters, and then I'm going to kind of color a few of the gears in, just to add little pockets of this darker color. And because the paper is wet while I'm doing this, those splatters are kind of, you know, they're spreading out on each of the gears. So I again set that off to the side to dry, and now to my background I added a few extra polka dots with that little blending tool, and then there you see my gears. I've popped them all out of the cut file, and those are going to be a big statement on this layout, so I don't bring in a whole lot of extra embellishment because those gears really make the entire page. So that being said, I am going to start here and just back my photo, which is, in case you haven't guessed, because I have gears and we're scrapbooking Star Wars and Disney. I have at Hollywood Studios in Orlando. So they have obviously the Star Wars world, and you can, you know, there's plenty of places to take pictures, and there's like a little area where they have these droids and are all sort of lined up. So I took a picture, and these are the droids that they have sort of there, and you can take your picture beside them and whatnot. So I am scrapbooking this picture of the droids. And so I'm now I've got my photo matted on that yellow piece of pattern paper, which is also what I'm going to frame the layout in. And then I have these two scallop, they're actually pieces of washi, and I just cut them out on white cardstock with the scallops, and those are going to act as sort of a shelf for my photo. And then I basically just simply took all those gears and lined them on the diagonal all the way from top right to bottom left. left. And I did that because the droids are kind of looking, the way I took the picture, the droids are almost looking like they're looking down toward that bottom left of the page. So that's why I kind of made my diagonal sort of the opposite of the way I normally would. So that was kind of my thought process. I wanted them to, not look like they're looking off the page. So that's why my photo is where it is. And like I said, I'm keeping the embellishing very, very simple. I just have some labels and some word phrases and some cameras and some photo reels that I am just going to layer up. I have a couple of gear wood veneers that I'm going to stick on 2 of my clusters, and then I have, of course, my Mikki head. But pretty much that you see right there is all that I end up putting on this page for embellishing. I do go ahead off camera and glue everything down. And my title is longer, so I am going to show me putting my title down on camera, but then I'm going to actually glue, take off the backing of all my little letters off camera, because it takes quite a while to get all these little words stuck down. But essentially how you see the layout right now is basically how it's going to end. I do add off camera some blue enamel dots, as well as I think a couple of word strips in each of the embellishment clusters, and you will see those in the still shots at the end of the video. I also will have the links to everyone who is playing along with the All About the Mouse hop this month. They will be in the description box down below. And so you can hop along and see what they are scrapbooking from Disney and with a Star Wars theme. It might not be exactly Disney pictures, but it'll have something to do with Disney and Star Wars, definitely for the month of March. So my title for this one is These Are Not the Droids You're Looking For. And if you know anything about Star Wars, you know that that is one of the lines from the movie. And so, of course, I was scrapbooking the droids, and that to me is the perfect title. Here are the still photos, and like I said, I added those enamel dots and those word strips. So with that, guys, here are the end of the still photos. Don't forget the links are down below, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.